Hi guys, welcome to my new channel called McNallie Money. Here we're talking about stocks, investments, personal finance, and all things money related. Today, for our first video, we're going to be taking a look at a company called Tattooed Chef, which has been getting a lot of attention on YouTube, and take a deeper dive into some of the numbers and major trends that I like. Please enjoy, hit subscribe, and smash that like button. Thanks. I wanted to start out with Tattooed Chef when we're talking about different company ideas. Number one, it's an extremely popular stock right now. I've heard a number of big YouTube channels talking about it. A lot of hype behind the name and the industry in general. Number two, I think it offers kind of the perfect mix of growth and safety, especially going into 2021. And then thirdly, this is actually a company that I've bought shares of and some call options. Have done pretty well so far. So I thought this would be a great place to start. So without further ado, Tattooed Chef is the company we're going to be talking about today. Just to get into some of the background financials, you can see here ticker symbol TTCF, trades on the NASDAQ. It's had a pretty big run recently, all the way up from the $15 range around December, all the way to up to 26, 27. It has had a little bit of a pullback. Now we're sitting close to 22.89. Obviously, this is a good opportunity if you are looking to get into the stock to maybe get in a little bit cheaper. The other thing I wanted to point out here quickly is the market cap. So it's sitting just under 1.5 billion. The reason this is interesting, obviously this is a big industry, big addressable market, which we'll talk about in a second here. But if we look at some of the other players in this space, specifically Beyond Meat, we see they're up around 8 billion, so almost 5-6 times the size of Tattooed Chef. And then on the other end of the spectrum, we have companies such as Very Good Food Company that are 500 million. So I think the nice thing about this one is it offers a lot of upside. It's still a relatively small company, but it is a little bit safer than some of those penny stocks or real junior companies that really haven't established themselves in really what's a competitive industry. So we'll jump right into it. For those of you who don't know about Tattooed Chef or haven't been watching a lot of YouTube lately, this is basically what they do. So they're a plant-based food company, produce and sell a portfolio of frozen foods, so predominantly frozen food aisle, plant-based products to retailers across the United States. So they are just in the United States right now and looking to expand internationally in the future. Examples of products, I'll show you a few pictures here: zucchini spirals, riced cauliflower, smoothie bowls, cauliflower crust pizza. I know my wife is a huge fan of that one. So that's kind of the background. You can see here 400 full-time employees based in California. So if we go over to their website, here's a few of the products. So I always like to take a look at the website first and just kind of look at the marketing and the actual product or service that's being sold. So here you can see a couple of the highlighted ones. To be honest, all of these look great. We haven't tried them all ourselves, but I've heard good reviews from anyone who has tried them. Buffalo burgers, corn rice, Buddha bowls, buffalo cauliflower, pretty much anything you'd envision one of the yoga teachers or hip millennials eating these days. Offers a great opportunity for people to bring a healthy alternative for lunch or something quick in the house. Now, if we take a look at the About page, this is something that caught my eye that's a little bit different. So the big thing here is they wanted to serve plant-based foods for people who are passionate about food and health. So they do produce in two areas right now, California and Italy, which I thought was kind of interesting. The other thing I wanted to point out is they actually plant their own crops. So they have their own field and crops, and it's really kind of a farm-to-table type of scenario. Then they talk a little bit about distribution and ensuring that the products get here quickly and sustainably. But I thought that was interesting, especially in this type of space where people do, to quote them, give a crop. So if we move along now more into the financials and we take a look on the SEC here, this is the final thing I wanted to point out. So revenue growth, you can look, they're almost up 51 million or 90%. to 109 million for the 9 months ending September 30, 2020. So they've had some great growth. You can actually see that a little bit better on the Yahoo page. Quarterly growth, you can see steady trending upwards. Annual, just about doubled from 2018 to 2019. So obviously a big growth potential. And the main thing I'm liking here is you can see that 51 million of this was actually driven by Tattooed Chef branded products. So for those of you who aren't real familiar, this company did a lot of production that they would then label with other companies' brand names. They've now shifted away from that, and they've started branding, as you can see on their website, their own Tattooed Chef named products, and they've seen a huge explosion in sales here. Obviously better margins on those, but that's really encouraging for me as an investor. The final point I wanted to make here before we wrap up the 5 minutes is just a few kind of strategies the company has highlighted. So revenue, you can see here, there's 22% growth in the Tattooed Chef branded products, which we just talked about. The other thing that really stood out to me, $55 billion North American frozen food category. So when you look at a market cap like this of 1.5 billion, they're really just scratching the surface of this type of industry. This is expected to grow as well as there's more of a push towards natural, healthy kind of products. However, on the flip side, I did want to point out the competition. Now, we did look at Beyond Meat and Very Good Food Company, kind of in the healthy, organic, natural plant world. There are a lot of other big competitors in here, and they even note that they have greater financial resources, so it is kind of a buyer beware scenario. However, I think it does offer a good potential return on investment. So for those of you who do have some interest, like I said, I bought a number of call options, 3, 5, and 6 month expiration from now. And then I do hold about 100 shares of the company myself. I am looking to add more in the range that we're in right now, so right around the $21, $22. And I expect this to have a healthy run in the next 6, 12 months. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great day, guys. Thanks.